peace and good, tons of love. Bid you hello, and hoping for a wonderful day for everybody concerned. Speaking to you from the Good Garden State. Got a little bit of an update. Will not take too much of your time. Just for the record, what I'm doing, mostly what I'm doing is documenting what it's like for a 59-year-old American self-harmer to pass on from an uncurable condition, cancer of the pancreas, and the word is it's an M word. Can't think of it. So, when it spreads into other areas and messes up other things. It occurred to me along the way that not really interested in maintaining or even continuing the fight, the established fight, the medicine and the radiation. Because, the truth of the matter is pancreatic cancer is an unfixable problem. A lot of people speak in terms of hope and research and stuff, and I tell you what, I don't agree. I don't think there's not one innocent animal that ever needed to suffer, for research purposes, for anybody else's self-inflicted hurt. Ain't right. So, here in the Good Garden State, the very dear members of the Senate, not too long ago, have approved request for compassion on folks such as myself. Now, let me just take a second and say there are folks much worse than myself. My sister had such a hard end to her life. My mom too. Cruel and unfair, unloving, and I assure you, everybody who maintained that system is going to have to talk to me about it on a spiritual level. And I tell you now, I'm not interested in hearing any motherfucker. I'm sorry, this is a G-rated presentation, and I broke a rule. Apologies. I will try to keep that from happening ever again. Because, heaven's law is the hardest love ever established. The hardest law rooted in love ever established. You're not even allowed to raise your voice. You're not even allowed to use hard language. It's offensive. Correctable. Indeed. Sometimes the correction is go ahead and get out of here. And do not come back. But a lot of times I understand, I forgive you. Look how many times I myself have been forgiven. Come on. Let's drink some holy water. I just want to say I'm looking forward to my spiritual promotion. I'm looking forward to seeing what good I could do serving our Savior, brother, our Creator, Father, in spirit form. I'm looking forward to it. And just by way of hint, should it come to pass that you see President-elect Pussy Grabber, or Adolf Giuliani, or Sub-Private, no longer Marine, Flynn, appear as though they're dancing, walking on their heads, being led off, that will be me, grabbing them by their foot, dragging them to the Guantanamo, very near Heaven's Gate. so try not to get too upset. As a matter of fact, go ahead and laugh. I'll try to make it as funny as I am able. Not wanting to waste anybody's time with gratuitous humor, but true humor is a good thing. This is my walking stick, my leaning stick, my praying stick. And on this rainy day, I'm going to be using it in my home quarters. And I'll continue my prayers. Continue building my soul's life. Now, I have been grateful for the many physical blessings I got in my life, starting with my birth up until this very moment. And I assure you, I will not shirk from my duty. There's been an attempted theft by scoundrelous perpetrators. Do you know folks voted in this last election that are sworn enemies of the United States of America? I don't mean just Russian conscripts, not just them. I mean Confederates, folks that display the Confederate flag, that display Nazi flags. These folks were allowed to vote. They're allowed to be considered, and I gotta say why. They are members of defeated wartime enemies, and they think that they have American right, when I know as an American soldier that their right is only to the grave. That's it. SEAL Team 7 don't take no prisoners. Can't. Too busy freeing them. The same with all the other 7-level operations. Very well in progress. So listen, that's all I got for today. I spoke with a couple of my kin yesterday, and I gave them the news directly. Invited them to the gathering. I guess a living wake is a fair thing to call it. Scheduled it here in my home quarters here in Belleville on Mill Street. It's scheduled for December 27th. And I have the hall from, I guess, 2 p.m. to 8. And if you're in the area, and if you're welcome. Never met you, but that doesn't mean our souls have not met. Unless you're a member, unless your heart rings true to things like Confederacy and the times of human slavery, and thinking that because you may have a male genitalia that you are somehow other than equal to those with superior to others with female genitalia, when I'm here to tell you, I know folk with female genitalia, like my dear ex-wife, whom you folk, mistaken as you are, you male folk, thinking your boss, are not worthy to kiss her boots. Sergeant First Class in New Jersey National Guard. She whooped my hiney more than once. Deservingly so. And I tried very hard not to make the same mistake twice, because she's loving and she's forgiving. Yeah, she is other things as well. So that's it. Come if you're able. You're welcome. Be here in spirit or in flesh. Don't need to bring anything, and make sure you're comfortable. Don't be fancy dressers. Okay, peaceful day. Lots of love.